Good evening, my name is Simone Richardson, and I'm presenting today on the Colorado Right to Rest Act, House Bill 16-1191. Homelessness is a major problem in the Denver metro area. It seems that it has gotten worse with the increases in rent and home prices, thanks to the boom in the marijuana industry. Everyone wants to live here. A great deal of the area has become gentrified, pushing affordable housing out of the reach of lower-income persons and/or families in this area. Places like Five Points, that were once thriving Black communities, are now being reworked into high-priced condos and redesigned new homes. Even North Denver, or as it is now known, the Highlands, is slowly pushing out the thriving Latino and Black population in the area. Recently, the City and County of Denver has been enforcing ordinances and laws that the homeless cannot rest in certain public areas. Places like the 16th Street Mall and surrounding areas especially have been targeted. The homeless can be ticketed or even put in jail for sitting in an area too long. As per the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless, for their 2015 report, there were 6,130 men, women, and children in the 7-county Denver metro area that were homeless. There were 805 people that were unsheltered, living on the streets in abandoned public buildings, cars, or camping. 750 of these people are considered chronically homeless. Representative Javon Melton and Representative Joseph Salazar introduced House Bill 16-1191, the Homeless Right to Rest Act, or the Homeless Bill of Rights. The bill had the support of the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless, American Civil Liberties Union, Housing Colorado, and several other entities. I can certainly understand why these groups would support this bill. Everyone has the right to sit in a public space and enjoy that space. That is what it's made for, places like parks and public areas with benches. I will now show a YouTube video of those that are in support of the homeless with this bill.
Breaking news, homeless advocates rallying downtown right now after the city threatened an escalated cleanup of the streets.
Jason Grinow live there for us with the latest. Jason?
Well, the city simply doesn't want those large-scale homeless camps that you see, specifically in this area downtown. That's why this group of people is upset. They're holding up signs like this: "Move along to where?" And this says, "House keys, not handcuffs." Hashtag fight to rest. Now, this group, about a dozen or maybe 24 people, some people have come and gone here early this morning. They simply say a lot of these people don't have any place else to go. These homeless camps are the tarps and the tents the city wants to clean up from areas here near the Samaritan House, the Denver Rescue Mission, things like that, Park and Lawrence. The city has always said that there are enough shelter beds for these people, that they don't need to camp out on the streets, and that this is an unclean and unsafe and unsanitary situation here downtown. However, again, homeless people say they just don't have anywhere else to go. We spoke to someone from the Denver Rescue Mission as well as a homeless woman yesterday to get their thoughts on both sides of this issue.
We have no other place to go. I mean, homeless is homeless, okay? How would you feel if somebody came to your home and said, you can't live there anymore, okay? It doesn't matter what you have. Doesn't matter what bag or baggage you have. We're going to turf you out.
We understand that it's definitely not a fun thing to take people's items, and I know the city, had to make a big decision about that. And so, yeah, it's just not going to be an easy situation no matter what.
Now, the city is citing that urban camping ban. That's the reason why they're going to go through and actually clear out many of the large-scale items. Not the people themselves, just their tents, their tarps, things like that. Put it in a warehouse to actually store where people can go and pick up those items. So again, back out here live, that is what a lot of these people are upset about, fighting for the right to rest here along the streets. Now, as far as enforcement goes, the city had to give 24 hours notice. That means starting today, they could start clearing people off of the streets streets and the sidewalks. However, city officials late last night said there is no official time frame on when or where that enforcement would actually start. It could start today, but it may not. Reporting live downtown, Jason Grenow, Denver 7.
The bill was opposed by the City and County of Denver, City and County of Boulder, Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce, Colorado Bankers Association, and several other businesses in the metro area. I understand why these businesses would oppose this bill. They are trying to bring revenue into the city, and to have a huge homeless population that is resting in front of businesses is not something that customers want to see or deal with. It may keep customers away. I will now play a video of those that are opposed to the bill.
The homeless in downtown Denver have been given the boot. There wasn't much resistance today along Lawrence Street, besides a few protesters as homeless campsites were moved out. Denver 7 reporter Jennifer Kovaleski joins us now. And Jen, this move was a welcome sight for business owners there.
Eric, the businesses around here tell me that they deal with the homeless on a daily basis. Just take a look at this. They've actually broken into this abandoned building and people actually sleep down here. Now, the manager of the garage next door tells me the problem has gotten worse and he's glad to see the city taking action.
We have a couple that are gathered right up over here.
For shop owner Sean LaFell, dealing with the homeless has become a part of doing business.
It is unnerving. Because they are becoming destructive.
He runs Sonic's Master Garage, which sits on the corner of Arapahoe and 22nd, just a few blocks away from the homeless camps on Lawrence Street.
And then they interrupt our business flow. We can't have our doors open as much as we like.
LaFell says they can't leave the doors open because they've had people steal tools or come in and disrupt customers.
Now I have to police the whole area here inside our shop to make sure everything is going smoothly and nothing's being taken.
He says not only do the homeless hang around and leave behind trash, they create another not so pleasant issue.
But it is a fairly large problem because they're using the alleyways to take care of business, whether it's drug related or natural, if you will.
LaFell took us to that alley behind his shop where we saw the problem firsthand.
A lot of times, this whole area over here is used as the facilities for the homeless, if you will.
A daily struggle that's adding to the cost of business.
It just gets to be a real hassle.
Now, LaFell says that they deal with the homeless about a dozen times a day. He says he supports the city's plan to clear out the sidewalks and move people out, but thinks that more police patrols would go a long way during business hours. Reporting live in Denver tonight, Jennifer Kovaleski, Denver 7.
The history of the bill, House Bill 16-1191. The bill was introduced in the House on February 3rd, 2016. It was assigned to local government on February 24th, 2016. The House Committee on Local Government postponed this bill indefinitely, and the bill was not amended. The fiscal note stated there would be a fiscal impact to both state and local departments. Additional money may be requested from the annual budget process of the bill results in the significant new workload. For state expenditures, there will be an increase as a result of the enforcement of new legal rights because of the need of increased security and maintenance requirements that own and maintain properties. Also an increase in the workload of the Colorado State Patrol. The fiscal note does not estimate a specific need for appropriations to implement the bill, but additional resources may be requested through the budget process if the bill results in significant new workload for an affected state agency. Department of Public Safety, CSP workload for the CSP may increase because there may be a greater concentration of the homeless population attracted to public spaces within the jurisdiction of patrol units, including downtown Denver's executive Capitol complex areas. Other impacts for local government, school district, and statutory public entity impact. These local entities may have cost-related increases due to necessary signage for rules for the public spaces and security. The fiscal note did state that individuals jailed or prosecuted for activities covered by the bill will be reduced because decreasing the local expenditures of the cost of housing of an offender in county jails, which varies per county from $53 to $114 per day. There will also be an effect on RTD, Regional Transportation District security, and custodial services would see an increase of 20% with an annual cost of over $2 million. In addition, there would need to be an implementation of new training and procedures as well as ongoing costs to protect both the homeless and the general public. I believe that the bill was a good start. I certainly agree that there is something that must be implemented for the aid of those homeless people that have no shelter. I think the bill needed further specifics. It was too general in terms and lacked pinpointed ideas of alternatives for these people instead of making it okay for them to take up space and sleep and or rest on the sidewalk or in front of businesses without interruption. I believe also that the representatives that sponsored the bill should have a bit more input from the different area homeless advocacy groups to figure out what needs to happen to the homeless population. They also need to pinpoint how much this will cost. I think that is why there wasn't an exact amount on the fiscal note, because there weren't true specifics as to ultimately what to do with the homeless except let them lay where they are. I think that the theory that this particular bill falls under was power politics and power elites theory. Change happens through the support and empowerment of policymakers by a close-knit body of influential individuals. In this case, Representative Melton and Representative Salazar have had a great deal of support as the policymakers by many different advocacy groups. This is a useful theory because they were the key allies in position of power on the issue. Since the bill is postponed, it does leave it open for revisitation, and there's a possibility of having incremental administrative or rule changes. It may be more rewarding to use the media influence or agenda-setting theory. Change happens when political issues on the public's agenda will depend on the extent of coverage a given issue receives by mass news media. In Denver, there is certainly a strong media-related capacity for this theory. It is important to put this issue on the radar of the broader public. Every major city in Colorado has a homelessness issue, and most towns look towards Denver as a place to take precedence from. If more cities and counties are discussing it, there is more likely a reason for state government to make a decision on the issue. Thank you.